Hello and welcome to Prudent Media. My name is SachinChatte and on this program we take a look at the latest releases. Today we will take a look at Rajnikant's Jailor, we will take a look at Gadar 2 and we will also take a look at Oh My God 2. Let's start with OMG 2 first. Now first things first, OMG 2 has nothing to do with OMG, which is Oh My God, which was released in 2012 in terms of the story. The common factor between the two is that both are refreshing and unusual stories to emerge from Bollywood. OMG 2 pleasantly surprises you with the theme and the storytelling both. And then there is Pankaj Tripathi. It is not Akshay Kumar who is the lead player here. He has very little screen time. But Pankaj Tripathi performs like an ace magician who is at the peak of his prowess. Even in a simple scene where he has to react to a car that is being driven too fast, his expressions are absolutely priceless. Along with Tripathi, co-writer and director Amit Rai also deserves praise for tackling a touchy subject like sex education in schools in a provocatively thoughtful way with lots of humor also in it. For the land that gave the world Kama Sutra and is also the highest populated country in the world, there is a strange discomfort and taboo related to discussions involving sex. It is as if babies are falling from the sky or are found in jungles. In OMG 2, the writing is clever and smart. It deals with the subject without sidestepping any issues. Even in the courtroom during the trial, the questions and counter-questions raised sound genuine and valid and don't give any particular side an unfair advantage. Set in Ujjain, Tripathi plays Kanti Mudgal, who is a family man, a devotee of Lord Shiva, and he is as sincere as they come. If the setting, attire, lingo and the mannerisms of the characters are genuine, it straight away makes them convincing and OMG 2 hits the sweet spot on that count. Life takes a turn for the worse when Kanti's adolescent son is expelled from school for a vulgar act. Our protagonist doesn't have the power or resources to take on the mighty, and just when he is about to leave the town for good, Shivji's messenger, played by Akshay Kumar, appears to guide him. Since you're not in the wrong, don't give up without a fight is the gist of the message from Shivji's messenger. Kanti decides to sue the school even though it may come at a great cost for his family, and after reading all kinds of books, he decides to represent himself in court. His contention is, had the school provided the children with proper sex education, his son wouldn't have to go through the shame of what he did. Kanti has to fight it out with the defendant's lawyer, played by Yami Gautam, while Pawan Malhotra plays the judge who is often amused with the proceedings. While a large part of the conversation is about sex education and the importance of it, the film also touches upon shame and what is considered to be morally wrong by the society. The film works because it takes us through the process before coming to a conclusion, rather than just work it backward, which a lot of films do. Kanti is shown to be a traditional conservative character, but he doesn't follow anything blindly. He can discern between the right and the wrong, and through him, the screenplay cleverly brings in the glorious past of the country to tackle the modern day stupidity of the culture police. All this is a tightrope given that people get offended at the drop of a hat or even a single dialogue these days. On the flip side, the film clocks 150 minutes, which is too long. It is like a runner who has already won the race but still keeps running. Apart from Pankaj Tripathi, the supporting cast also deserves a mention, particularly Pawan Malhotra as a judge and Akshay Kumar in what is more of a cameo. Just when you thought that Bollywood was making only tried and tested films, here's a pleasant surprise, and oh my god, they've pulled it off. I'm going to go with 3.5 out of 5 stars for OMG 2. And now let's take a look at Jailor. Superstar Rajnikant will turn 73 this December, and even at this age, the adulation he gets is unparalleled, and it is for a good reason. Even with every new film, when you see him on the screen, the first term that comes to mind is screen presence. Whether it is a close-up or a mid-shot when he's on the screen, he owns that space. Even when he's polishing someone's shoes, he looks like the boss. It also helps that the camera angle makes him look that way, but I guess no matter where the camera is placed, it will probably have more or less the same effect. That kind of a screen presence is something only a few actors are blessed with. Given his prowess, you would expect filmmakers to come up with a cracker of a story, but alas, That has not been the case lately, and Nelson's Jailor is not very different. Sure, you can play the Thalaiva factor to the hilt and still make an all-round entertaining film. Director Nelson's last film was Beast, which released last year, which was a rather painful action flick that sank without a trace. In this film, Rajnikant plays Tiger Muthuvel, a retired jail warden who has settled down to a peaceful life with his family, which includes an ultra-smart grandson. His son Arjun, played by Vasanta Ravi, is an honest cop who doesn't think twice before apprehending powerful crooks, and he has a proud father standing behind him. After the disappearance of Arjun, Muthuvel turns into Tiger, a nickname he had earned during his professional days as a jailer when everyone feared him. Incidentally, Tiger was also Amitabh Bachchan's nickname in Hum, which starred Rajnikant, and the past of both the characters is somewhat similar. Their families think of them as simpletons, but that's not what they are. The villain here is Verma, played by Vinayakan, who smuggles temple idols, and the screenplay kind of derails in the second half and ends up being too clever for its own good. In some ways, the plot reminded me of Lokesh Kanagaraj's Vikram, which released last year. While Rajnikant is the mainstay, there are several notable cameos in the film, right from Mohanlal to Shiv Rajkumar and Jackie Shroff. What Nelson has got right is to effectively use Rajnikant's prowess and stardom. Take the scene for instance when his home is attacked. Muthu calmly tells his wife and daughter-in-law to sit still while at the dinner table, and at the same time there are bodies dropping dead around them. The septuagenarian actor entertains and how. Jailor though is just about a passable film. I'm going to go with 2.5 out of 5 stars for Rajnikant's Jailor. And lastly, let's take a look at Gadar 2. Not sure why this katha had to continue because there is hardly any katha here. In Gadar, which released back in 2001, Tara Singh, played by Sunny Deol, went to Pakistan to bring his wife back. Now he had a pretty good reason to do so. In Gadar 2, his son goes to Pakistan in search of his father, and then the father goes there to look for the son. All that might still look like a valid reason for their actions, but the treatment of Anil Sharma's film is such that you wonder if it was made recently or it was made 20 years ago. I tried hard to think of any redeeming factor in this film, but came up with a naught. Sunny Deol doesn't even yank the hand pump as he did last time. He just threatens to remove it, and the crowd of people, including cops and soldiers, run away like they are being chased by a 8-legged dinosaur. Set in 1971, Tara Singh, played by Sunny Deol, and Sakina is played by Amisha Patel. Now, Amisha Patel's job in this film is only to cry. Now, they are a couple that have been married for decades, but that doesn't stop her from saying, "Wo gana suna dijiye na zara," right at the beginning of the film, and voila, we have a song. Their son Jeete, played by Utkarsh Sharma, who also played the kid in the first film, is all grown up and he aspires to become a soldier with the India-Pakistan war lurking around the corner. After a rather silly incident, the family thinks that Tara is in jail in Pakistan, so the son goes in search of him. He pretends to be a cook and all that to find out his father's coordinates, while the girl in the house, played by Simrat Kaur, falls in love with him. After all the hard work and the biryani, Jeete discovers that Papa was never in Pakistan, and when Papa finds out that the son is there, he snarls. Now, Mummy Sakina first cries a lot because the father goes missing. Then she cries some more because the son goes missing. And then she cries buckets of tears because both are missing. The villain is a Pakistani army general who has sworn vendetta, but given his IQ, he doesn't even deserve to be a private in the army. Unlike Thor, who trusts his hammer to do the job, Tara believes in using it with his own hands, and he smashes the bonnet of a jeep so hard that the wheels come off. There is also a scene reminding me of the 60s and 70s movies where a face appears on a letter. On the acting front, Sunny Deol is sincere and likable. The newcomers though, Utkarsh Sharma and Simrat Kaur, make Sunny Deol and Amisha Patel look like Daniel Day-Lewis and Kate Blanchett. What I also learned from this silly film is that if you're looking for someone in a foreign country, just sing a song and they will find you. I'm going to go with 1.5 out of 5 stars for Gadar 2. Avoid this film like plague. Well, that's what I thought of the films released this week. Do let us know what you think. Do write into us. Our address is features@prudentmedia.in. And I'll be back with you next week with more movie reviews. Till then, it's goodbye from me.
हॅलो, टोटल अजूनपर्यंत 15 भुरगीं शेणल्या सर. हय सर, चडशी 7 ते 10 वर्सां. हां, शाळेंत सोडले तुमी?
शाळेन शाळा आसतना कितें वचना न्ही साहेब.
आणि आता तर सुटी पडल्या. तुम्ही आणि कितें साहेब?
सर सुटी पडले आतां. तुमी आनी कितें सर? ना सॉरी सर ना. हय तुमी म्हणटाले हांव वचून पळयतां आतां. वाव, कितली बरी शाळा. ह्यानी कितें रे? चोरानो म्हजे कडेन खेळटा? गोवा पुलिसाकडे?
सॉरी काका.
सॉरी बिरी काय ना. खंय आसा ती बाकीची भुरगीं?
अरे येत रे सगळी भुरगीं भायर.
चला या आता घरा.
घरा? आम्ही येना घरा. आम्ही शाळेनूच रावतली. घरा आमकां सामको वाजता.
अरे भुरगीं पयलीं शाळेन वचपाक रडटाली, आतां घरा वचपाक रडटा. हो कसलो रे चमत्कार?
चमत्कार न्ही, हो आमचो गोंय सरकार.
अरे गांवांत जर अश्यो सुंदर शाळा जाल्यो जाल्यार भुरग्यांच्या शिक्षणा बद्दल भिवपाची गरज ना.
भिवपाची न्हू, आतां आमकां घरा वचपाची गरज ना.
नव्या तमाचे सेरतुतराचे हे आमचे सरकार. प्रभू सावंताच्या खाला सपना जाता साकार. नव्या तमाचे सेरतुतराचे हे आमचे सरकार. प्रभू सावंताच्या खाला सपना जाता साकार. गोंयाचो फुल्लारे फुडार, खोशया सारे गोंयकार. भिवपाची कांय गरज ना.
आता
दरेक गोंयकाराचो आधार डॉक्टर प्रमोद सावंताचें गोंय सरकार.